Great morning, coming to you at 0400 50 minutes, July 16, 2019 on this Tuesday. Good morning. I hope you start your day off on the right foot. Started off better than it was yesterday, and you learned from yesterday, and you learned from the days past that went by. Topic in discussion is, what are we ingraining our children with? I found that to be very, now, since nothing is really revealing to me yet, I think I only posted or made a recording and said that revealing once, or heartening or saddening and baffling. I'm going to use them certain words because those all have different understandings. I'm going to use this one as exposing, because I think I'm at the age of understanding where people is coming from. I experience different things, and I'm not a closed-minded person. I was a person that would tell another person that they're closed-minded, go travel in their world. See, you travel places in your shoes. You don't travel places in other people's shoes. You're wearing your shoes. See, that sounds funny, and what I mean is, when I go travel, I'm experiencing things in my skin. When you go travel, you're going to experience things in your skin. That's why I say, what are we ingraining in our children or instilling? Is it good? Is it bad? If it's negative? One thing I want to say, which is, we can ingrain, which is breeding fear into a child. I hear of people say, well, if people don't agree, them the type of people you got to watch out for. No, I'm not the type of person to say, well, if your child go this way, make sure you don't watch them, or you don't do this and you don't do that. No, I won't say that. But I'm saying, are you being protective or are you being fearful? Now, we don't talk about that a lot. I think I made it seem one person that's on the platform that they call quote unquote black YouTube made it talked about fear. Nobody talks. See, that's what I'll be talking about. What are we instilling into our children? Instilling. And we don't pay attention to words, and we don't pay attention to things we say and do, because that can also have the opposite side effect. You know how you want to take medicine? What is the side effects of this medicine? And you have to remember that. When I do things as an experiment, and just watch and just look around and say, wow, I wasn't even really doing it. So, example, when I put why I hate black women, that was my experiment, and the side effects was I got the most views, and it was that was very exposing and revealing to me, as showing for me to down African, quote unquote, black African descendant woman, and I'm a quote unquote black African descendant man, then that's very revealing and exposing, because that people came to see if I really was going to say something negative, and some of the people really wanted to see what were the negatives. Because I remember a woman said, I learned from the men, but the men she wanted to watch, his profile and his channel got deleted. But she said, I didn't really care for him, but I was coming to see what men say. No, you wasn't coming to see what men say, because you was coming to see the side effects. If you wanted to come to see what men say, you would literally go out there, and the men that she disses, she would have actually heard their talking points. See, she went online. See, listen, this is what we're doing. This is what we're instilling. Instilling. She came online to hear what a man had to say, but she wouldn't follow a man that's being very objective. She followed one man. If you didn't admire or listen to somebody, look at what you're doing. Why would you follow a person you don't admire too much, or quote unquote like to listen to? Would you follow or try to find a guy that's saying, okay, I love my women, I love my wife, and he had his wife sitting here, or his girlfriend, or he had his girlfriend or his daughter sitting there, or he talk about his daughter, And you're like, but this, such as the things they do that kind of irritate me, but they do on a daily basis. That's what separate me from a man, and this is what separate her from a woman. Wouldn't you want to listen? And that's what basically what I do. Wouldn't you try to find more of those type of views? If you're going to go online, why would you just say, well, he sound as if he would date a certain type of black African descendant woman, quote unquote black. Why would you only follow that person? I'm quite sure she followed more guys, but why would she'll put effort and time into watching it? So it was something that she actually had to agree with. I mean, at a high, really, and we don't talk about this, a high level. And the one thing we do, and we ingrain fear into our children. Another thing that we ingrain into our children is comparison of other races. See, and I call it that on purpose. Because if you spell RACES or RACIST, it sounds like racist. Racist and racist. I see a lot of comparison at a high level. And this is the sad part. You can go online, you can see a little defending, but we have come to the point now when if we do anything, quote unquote, black African descendant people, especially in America, if we say black people meet, black planet, mocha space, if I'm black power, black pro black, that's why I don't cut on it. And I spoke about it. If why we're not, because we're not acting as we're not. That's what I'm saying. When a young man get killed and it's a brother on brother, what I call my brother, we should be brothers. So there's some dispute, and I know the history, so I'm not declaring the history. We should go, hey brother, you wrong. We should be the ones punishing him. We shouldn't need a court system to punish him to the extent so he can feel what he did wrong. So the next brother, what we call brother, can understand, yeah, that was wrong. But we allowing them outside to punish the people, and then we expecting the punishment to go correctly. Then when we do something to anything else, and we don't have the proper people, we are being punished wrongly. You see how that's going? We're going to have wrong punishment because we yet to have our own lawyers and our own court systems. See, if we're going to have a system, let's have a system for ourselves. And why are we comparing ourselves to the... I'm saying, if you're going to compare me in a good way. But if you're going to compare me, oh, they do this and that. Well, I don't do what everybody do. There's many black, quote unquote, black African descendant men that's not cheating on women, that's not having babies, that's not going out his race, that's not smoking, that's not drinking. Because you could go to another race and you will see it, but somehow when the comparison get really, now this will get baffling, when they could do the same thing, but they're not lumped in and grouped in. And what was very exposing to me is the newer generation, like the 18s, like the people born in the 90s and the 2000s, the early 2000s, they defend the race that's hating their parents. Like, they can literally see their parents being hated. But then they find something wrong in their parents. But then the outside, that's exposing as well. How the outside people, because you say blood is thicker than water, but sometimes water can be just as thick. That's cool and that's okay. But when we ingrain the children to love everybody but our own, or when they get hurt, because we ingrain it. So this is what we're doing. We're ingraining the love of everyone else so much. Soon as someone that's the same race, the opposite race, another race that's not of African descendant, like heritage, lineage, or origin, or bloodline. This is how we do ingrain this. I know we do. That they defend them. And then I ask them a question. You defending them? I'm not saying that this is not right or wrong, but you're coming to defend. And then you look at their profiles or pictures like, okay, I can see why. But I guarantee you, those same women, they might have bat for you, but are they defending you? And we got to really ask ourselves, it's the people we around. I don't care what color they are, what ethnicity, nationality. They defending you? Because you would go and bat and defend them. But you ever play baseball and you ever whiff? That called when the ball come by and you whiff at it. They even made a sport call. They made it a wiffle ball. The ball, your ball solid. Your bat good. Then they throw it, but they balls got holes in it. And when they throw it, it's flying every which and way, every direction. And it's never your direction, young people. We are so up here batting for them. We interracializing and intermingling. We creating all these, and nobody want to talk about it. We are creating all these mixed in, and we think, and those children are so jacked up, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually, because we're mixing without even knowing our family. You saying I hate this, I hate that. We are so negative, but that's not your whole family. I'm quite sure there's people in family that's not. But you choose not to be around them, but you would go, this is what I learned about intermingling and interracializing. I have to literally, and I don't care what no black, quote unquote, black African descendant person in this world say, because this is and yes, this is the awful truth about the reality. Especially if you're a black, quote unquote, black African descendant, maybe a woman can kind of be not accepted, or I don't want to say it, put allowed and accepted in together into another culture or ethnicity or nationality group. But as a man, I've noticed, especially men, unless you are allowed and accepted, put those together. What's the word I'm looking for? The word not coming to my mind. For you to be down in a certain group, to be with a certain group, you have to go put yourself in the midst of them. Because they're not coming into the midst of you. And I want everybody that if you do listen and you do have other races of friend, I'm going to make a separate one. But think about that. So what I say unto one, I say unto all. It's your path, it's your journey, it's your choice. Choose wisely. Selah.